Jeff, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, I want to check. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So how are you?
Good.
Are you
Yourself?
Okay? Are you okay?
Yeah.
That's great.
Hey, Mr. Wright, how's it going?
I'm still here, man. I said, you got to, that's what I said too. I can't believe how many people leaving here since I came down with my problem. I'm still here.
It's a good thing. That's a good thing.
Yes, it is a blessing. I miss your smile.
Gotta stay healthy, and that's one day at a time. One day at a time.
That's right. Matter of fact, I'll think I'm gonna give me some water.
Bill, your house is festive.
What was that?
Your house is festive.
We're having super mega Christmas holiday to make up for crappy Halloween and Labor Day.
Wow.
We usually go all out on Labor Day, but since it was canceled, we decided to add 2 extra weeks to Christmas.
It's all right. We got our decorations up early too before Thanksgiving. They're already up. My kids are like, what's going on here?
My outside's already done. All the lights, all the inflatables. It was 65 degrees the last 2 weekends. Did anybody get to it? That's crazy.
Yep.
Good evening, everybody.
Evening.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening. Mr. Conley.
Hey, Mr. Wright, how you feel?
Hello, Mr. Wright. How are you?
Ms. Jennifer.
Yeah, it is Jennifer. Everyone's favorite. Hello, Miss.
Definitely my favorite.
Oh, there you go, Miss Seward. There you go.
Definitely my favorite. Don't tell Dr. Bicos though.
Oh, nice. That's so nice. Hello, Miss Shako, Mr. Williams, Dr. Lee, Miss Nash, and the William Penn School District. Hello, Miss Marissa. I almost said your last name, but I'm afraid I'll mess it up. Mr. Denenza, you have my good news? All right. Miss Seward, you look so nice. My house is so cold. I never knew till I started working here. Oh boy. All right, let me get myself ready here. You look very well this evening, Mr. Wright.
Thank you yourself.
That is good news.
Yes, it is.
All right, where are we? There is no new agenda today, correct, Mr. Denenza?
That is correct.
Hello, Dr. Bicos.
Hello, how are you? How's everybody?
Living the dream here.
Yes, we are, especially today.
Oh boy. Oh boy. All right.
Bill, Mr. Callahan, I really do like that background. That's very inspiring.
Is Miss Divine on also?
She is.
Great.
Yes, I am.
Oh, I hear you in a new way.
Yeah,
Look, you're on my call.
I know. Instead of your being on mine.
I know, exactly.
Thank you.
And Divine is correct?
Yes.
All right. And Dr. B. Coates, I'll be reading the
Yes.
sorry.
Yes.
Ms. Devine, you'll read the Honor Roll School Board of Service, or do you have your own thing you're going to read that?
I am.
And I'm going to read Nashari's.
That is correct.
All right. Okay, we will start in 3 minutes. 6:35. Mr. Callahan's here. Is everyone here except for Miss Boykins?
I don't see Miss Ivory.
Miss Ivory. And where is Miss
And Joy.
Joy?
And Miss Hopkins?
Yeah, Miss Joy. All right.
Oh,
Oh,
Nick's
there's
coming
Miss
through.
Boykins. Let's get Miss Joy.
Sorry, guys. There's an accident on Walt Whitman.
Be
So
careful.
I am trying to. Yes, I'm trying to multitask. Sorry about that. It's
All right.
kind of crazy.
You focus on driving. I will happily read your agenda if that comes to that.
Thank you. Yeah, I might need you too. Thank you.
We'll have no. Miss Nashari, how are you?
Hi, I'm good. How
How's
are
your
you?
senior year going?
It's going pretty well.
Did you get that Johns Hopkins application in the mail yet?
Yeah. Yep.
All right.
I'm waiting to hear back in December.
All right. Dr. B. Coates and I are pulling for you.
Most definitely.
He graduated from there.
Yep.
And I have an alum too, so we're pulling for you.
Thank you.
Mr. Vandy, Mr. Muhammad, Miss Caitlin.
Good evening.
Hello.
Good evening. Good evening.
Hi, Nashri.
Oh, it's all home day. What is behind you, Mr. Callahan?
Lights.
As I said earlier, since we didn't get to celebrate Labor Day, I've added 2 weeks to Christmas.
There you go. I also started putting up some holiday lights. Because in Lansdowne we have a competition over lights too. Because
I'm being lobbied to keep them up until everyone's vaccinated.
oh, well, there you go. Whatever your wife says is okay with me.
It's not her, it's my daughter. My wife doesn't want them up yet.
Hello, Miss Gina. Hello, Mr. Khan. Miss Luella. All right, 1 minute.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening, Miss Hopkins. All right. All right. Good evening, everyone. We're going to get started this evening. Thank you for joining us tonight from wherever you may be. Salute to the flag is first. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Denenza, for that spectacular flag. Mr. Cuff, roll call, please.
Sure. Thank you. Ms. Boykins,
Present.
I saw her. Okay. Mr. Callahan,
Here.
Ms. Cook Henry,
Present.
Ms. Ivory, I do not see as of yet.
He's there.
Oh,
Present.
great. Fantastic. Sorry about that. Ms. Richardson,
Oh, here.
I saw her. Okay. Mr. Tong,
Present.
Mr. Wright,
Are here.
Ms. Hopkins. I saw
Here.
her. There she
Here.
is. Ms. Hoff.
Here.
Okay. Also, we have Ms. Tong,
Here.
Mr. Vandy,
Here.
and Mr. Bangora.
Present.
Okay, you have a full allotment of board members and student representatives tonight as well.
Oh, thank you all so much for being here. We will start with the good news by the board president, Mr. Denenza. Lots of things going on. Whoa, here we go. A day of thanks pickup platter. Thank you to Ed Brown and the Men of Action. There are 3 pickup locations. Monday, today, at Darby Rec from 4 to 7, so you can leave this meeting and go. Tuesday, tomorrow, 11:24 at Evans Elementary School from 4 to 7, and Wednesday at Upper Darby High School, 4 to 7. This is a grab and go meal. Please take advantage. And thank you, Ed Brown and Men of Action, for doing such a nice thing and adapting. Grab and go lunches. Reminder, Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays, 11 to 1 p.m. They are at Alden, Culwin, Park Lane, Walnut, Penwood Middle, East Lansdowne Elementary, Ardmore Avenue, and WB Evans Elementary School. 2 meals a day, Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. On Fridays, we'll give you for Saturday and Sunday breakfast and lunch also. So please come get some food. Virtual learning survey, parents and guardians, please take our virtual learning survey. The link is williampennsd.org/November parent survey, capital N, capital P, and capital S. Thank you so much for participating. Board training, your board has been busy, even in a pandemic. We have taken training through the Delaware County Intermediate Unit. Some of that process is to reflect on research and how leadership teams achieve their best results through mutual respect, trust, and effective communication structures, to develop norms to achieve trust and effective communication structures, to clearly define roles and responsibilities for superintendent and board members, and define a process to evaluate performance in meeting our roles and responsibilities. Thank you to the school board directors for participating, and we look forward to using our new skills and having the best school board in all of Delaware County, maybe the state. School at home bags were distributed. I just wanted to say thank you to teachers, teammates, the Foundation for Delaware County, Mainline Health, and the rest of them for helping us send some school supplies home to our students while we remain virtual. In memory, Yvonne D. Riggins was a longtime French teacher. She passed away on November 10th. She taught at Darby Colwyn and Penwood East Junior High School between 1971 and 2004. We wish her family the best and thank her for her many years of service. Nicole Heilman, congratulations. She is the recipient of the PA Keystone Presidential Service Award as given by the National Association of Social Workers. So thank you, Ms. Heilman. The second annual College and Career Expo is presented by Young Men and Women in Charge. The link is ymwicfoundation.org/events. So please go take advantage of that College and Career Expo. Congratulations to Miss Sean Anthony, a 6th grade teacher at Walnut Elementary School, for receiving the Philadelphia Tribune Magazine's 2020 Most Influential Leader Award. Congratulations, Miss Anthony. And congratulations to Alicia Moore. She was Student Athlete of the Week. She's a sophomore, cross country and track and field at Robert Morris University. So congratulations to her and to all our alumni that are out there achieving. And congratulations to Penwood High School Cypress Street Campus and Evans Elementary School, more 2020 recipients of recognition by the Positive Behavior Intervention and Support System. Congratulations for hitting that Universal Tier 1 High Fidelity Award. FAFSA tonight, 6 o'clock, sorry about that. But you can, again, get off of here and get on with them. But if you need help with FAFSA after this evening, please reach out to your guidance counselor. It is too important not to get that money. Your parents will thank you for getting that money. These are our meetings. Our superintendent is working us. The reorganization meeting is Monday, December 7th. Is that correct? Sorry, hold on one second. Yes, Monday, December 7th. Policy committee meeting is right after the reorganization meeting on Monday, December 7th. Budget and Finance Committee, Tuesday, December 8th. Education Committee meeting, Tuesday, December 8th, although that one's incorrect. Can someone give me?
It should be Wednesday, December 9th.
Wednesday, December 9th, sorry. Personnel Committee meeting, Tuesday, December 15th. And the business meeting, Monday, December 21st at 6:30. So that is 6 meetings in our holiday season. All right. That is all. Dr. Biko, it's your turn. Superintendent's report.
Good evening, everyone. I want to say thank you to our attendees who are a part of our meeting this evening. I just have 2 announcements. First, I want to share with everyone that today, the governor Pennsylvania issued orders related to actions that school districts should take in reference to COVID-19 and the current status of that pandemic. Our current program of virtual learning aligns with the intent of the order. We have posted these new updates on our website under school reopening, and we will continue to follow the guidance provided while at the same time making sure that we implement actions to mitigate the spread of COVID-19. I have asked our solicitor to assist me this evening by highlighting the attestation form that all districts in the state are required to submit to the Department of Education by 5 p.m. on November the 30th. So David, I would just ask that you chime in here at this point, if you would, please.
Certainly. Thank you, Dr. Becoats. So yes, today's order requires every school district in the Commonwealth to return to Harrisburg, to PDE, an attestation. And that attestation requires the school district to indicate whether they are, if they are in a substantial category, which Delaware County obviously is in substantial category and has been for more than 2 weeks, then each district has to indicate whether they're going to conduct any in-person instruction of their students. And if so, the district has to commit to following certain guidelines. So instead of them being guidelines, they'll become mandatory and commit to following the new orders, which we all have to follow anyway on face coverings, masks. If a school district is not doing in-person instruction, you still have to sign that form and return it and indicate that to PDE. But obviously the point, as Dr. Becoats alluded to, the point of this order seems pretty clearly to encourage school districts who are in a substantial category to get serious about thinking about remote instruction. So for William Penn, it will be less of a big deal, but we do have to sign and return that attestation by the 30th.
Thank you, Mr. Khan, and thank you for teaching us a new word today.
Thank you. Thank you, David. I want to end my comments this evening by saying, in spite of everything we have been through this school year, we still have a lot to be thankful for as a community. Some of you may not know this, but Thanksgiving is one of my favorite times of the year. In an effort to build morale in the district central office, we had what we called Fun Fridays. One of the Fridays was a hat day, one was a sports and college day, and one day was a 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s theme day, although some people said that they didn't know or didn't have anything from that era. Overall, we enjoyed the experience. I will continue to build upon the theme of Fun Fridays, and I encourage others to do the same. We never know what someone else is going through or experiencing in life. So I encourage us, let's stop, let's pause, let's reflect and say thank you and help someone else who may be in need. I'm very grateful for the opportunity to serve this community, the students and the staff, as well as our families. On this evening, I also say thank you to the Board of Directors for entrusting me with this great responsibility that I do not take lightly. Remember, take time out during this break to do something for yourself and help someone else. However, I ask you to please be safe, social distance, and wear your mask. I'm depending on you to do your part, and I will do the same. Each of us has a responsibility during this critical time. Please do your part. We all need each other, and we will all get through this together. Thank you and happy Thanksgiving. That
Happy
concludes my comments.
Thank you, Dr. B. Coates. Happy Thanksgiving to you and your family from your entire board. We really appreciate you. Okay. May I have a motion to approve the agenda, please?
So moved.
Second.
Second.
Any questions on the agenda? Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
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 Anyone against? Thank you. May I have a motion to approve the minutes from the business meeting of October 26, 2020?
So moved.
Second.
Any questions on the minutes from October 26, 2020? Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
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 Anyone against? Thank you. May I have a motion to approve the minutes from the committee meeting of the whole on November 16th, 2020?
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. Any questions on the minutes from November 16th, 2020? Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
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 Anyone against, please? Thank you. Remarks for our student representatives, our favorite time of the night. Ms. Tong, you're up first.
Hey, good evening, everybody.
Hello, Ms. Tong.
So I'm currently working on making a survey for the teachers. The survey would contain questions on how they would feel about virtual learning and the Wednesday asynchronous days. The motivation behind me making this survey for the teachers is that everybody has been asking how the students are feeling and not the people who are teaching them. Tomorrow, Paul, Muhammad, and I will be attending a meeting with 2 administrators on student surveys and the questions that will be on it. That's all I have for tonight. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Tong.
I hope everybody has a great Thanksgiving.
You too, Ms. Tong. Mr. Vandy, you're up next.
Hello.
Hello, Mr. Vandy.
So my first thing is, and I don't want to sound like a broken record, but one of my always concerns is that like the students are always kind of concerned about how school is going to be going. You know, as Dr. Buchholz just said, we're going to I suggested we're going to stay online. And I know there's not much we can do about it. Like we just had to go with like regulations of what's going on. But like, as always just want to bring up and let everyone be aware that the students always concerned about how the school is going to go, just so they can keep everything stable. But on a more pleasant note, I just want to give a congratulations to Miss Anthony. She's a teacher from Walnut. I went to Walnut, as I kind of mentioned before in like the last meeting, and I had her for a reading teacher in 6th grade. And one of the things about her, she's one of the hardest teachers I ever had, and she always pushed her students to be the best that they can be. So, yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Vandy. Mr. Bangura.
Yeah, there were some student concerns about high absentee that will be addressed in tomorrow's meeting.
Okay. What was the tail end of that part? We can't hear you.
There were some student concerns about high absentee that will be addressed in tomorrow's meeting.
Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you, student representatives. I now give the floor to Ms. Devine from the Pennsylvania School Boards Association.
Thank you. It's my pleasure to be here tonight. I'm Director of Member Services, and I'm also your field rep at PSBA. And I get to see Jennifer a couple of times every week during our weekly buzz. And while I'm on that subject, I will let you know that our Chief Counsel, Stuart Nade, and then John Callahan will be joining the weekly buzz tomorrow so they can talk about the governor's mitigation orders that came out today and answer any questions. So I'm trusting Jennifer will be there. And also if your board vice president would like to join us, feel free to do that. I have a couple of other reminders before I do a recognition tonight. We do have roles and responsibilities. They're free coming up on December 1st and December 8th. They're evening virtual webinars from 6 to 8 p.m. If you have availability, we'd love to see you there. We have a complimentary equity workshop coming up on December 3rd. I think that's filling up, but I believe they're going to run the program again on December 11th. And again, that is complimentary, 6 to 8 p.m. Our virtual school board secretaries conference is coming up on January 27th. Be sure to look at our Refresh Success Starts Here section of the website where you will find your school district's profile. And finally, the required school director training is due in December. So if you were a new school director or re-elected in the last local election, you'll need to participate in that. If you have any questions, please see me. And if you're not sure if you did, look at Success Starts Here on the website. We actually have an area on there where you can click on school district leadership and you can see who actually did participate in the training. Now, my primary purpose for being here tonight is to honor a long-serving school board member. This is called the Honor Roll of School Board Service. The legacy of school board service is firmly embedded in the history of our nation and its commitment to public education. Pennsylvania clearly established the concept of schooling in its first constitution in 1776. Later, the Free School Act of 1834 marked the first permanent state interest in public education and the birth of the locally elected school board. So it all began here in Pennsylvania. And then PSBA was the first school boards association in the nation. And this year we're celebrating our 125th anniversary. School directors today have a difficult job in a very complex society, giving more and more of their personal time to this non-paid volunteer elected position. And we recognize the many challenges you've been facing during this pandemic. Since 1983, PSBA has been recognizing school directors at 8 years of service and every 4 years thereafter through the Honor Roll of School Board Service. This is our way of saying thank you to those individuals who exemplify leadership and statesmanship, giving unselfishly of their time and talents for the future of their public schools. We want to thank you. And tonight, I am specifically recognizing and thanking Luella Richardson for 8 years of school board service. Can you see that?
Yes, yes.
Yay, Miss
All
Luella.
Ms. Luella, if I may add, we all know as school board directors that managing school board and our lives is complicated. You've been thrown some loops in these 8 years. And I really just wanted to take a moment to say how much your service is appreciated. Through thick and thin, you stood for your community and this school board. There's not a meeting that if you had to miss, you weren't on the phone with me by 9 o'clock the next morning saying, Jennifer, what did I miss? I am so, and the other school board directors are so appreciative of your service. It's hard to put words to, but we appreciate your work, your nice, classy way, and the intelligence that you bring to your seat and the service to your community of Darby. So thank you, Ms. Luella.
Thank you. I just want to say thank you to Mr. Vine. Thank you. Who says, the old cliche say, how the time flies when you're having fun. I didn't realize it was 8 years, but it hasn't been all, good, but you do what you were elected to do. You stand out for the students and your community. So I just want to say thank you. Who's been here 8 years? Mr. Wright, Ms. Hoff, and I believe Ms. Barkin. Thank you for putting up with me for these 8 years. I hope that somewhere along the line that I've made a difference in somebody's life or something on the board. They had to be tough decisions. They weren't all good, but that's what you're elected to do, to make those tough decisions when the time comes. So once again, I say thank you. If you see behind me, there's my appreciation from Ms. Hall. So I thank you, Ms. Hall, for that. And I thank the rest of the board members that are going to put up with me these months. I don't know how long, but they'll be putting up with me for some months. So I say thank you for that. And thank you for everybody on the board. Thanks a lot. I really appreciate working on the board. I looked at it like, it's not a it's a job, but it's not a paid job. But, the rewards you get when you see that you've helped the students and the community. So I really appreciate it. And I thank everybody that's been on board with me. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Ms. Luella. Thank you, Ms. Devine, for zooming into us today.
Thank you. We're going to put this in the mail to Luella. And again, I want to thank you, Luella, and I want to thank all of you for all you do. It was wonderful to be here tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you.
See you tomorrow.
Okay, bye.
All right. Next board commendation is to Nashari Stewart. Nashari is a Penwood High School senior, and for 3 years, she has provided exemplary service as a William Penn School District School Board representative. School board representatives are recognized for school board service in their senior year after completing their required term of service. Ms. Stewart, it has been a pleasure to serve with you. Always kind, intelligent questions, and you're amazing. We are so excited to watch the rest of your future.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
And Mr. Denenza has on the screen your certificate of recognition that we will be getting to you. So congratulations, Ms. Stewart.
Congratulations.
Thank you. It was a beautiful opportunity being able to serve on this board and kind of give back to a community that's given me so much. So thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Stewart, very much. Okay. Do we have any public comments regarding agenda items? You may raise your hand or you may put a question in the Q&A. Community agenda, community relations agenda.
I doubt there are any, but you want to confirm that there are no communications?
Communications is, oh, I'm sorry. Mr. Cuff, any communications?
There are no communications.
Okay, thank you. All right, back to this.
Ms. Huff, we have 2 questions.
Okay.
Well, 1 question and a hand is raised.
Okay.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Mr. Pardini? Go ahead, Mr. Pardini.
Can you guys hear me now?
We can.
Perfect. I just wanted to double check. There's under appointments, there's something for administrative staff. The posting from November 2nd is describing a secretary's position, but it says they're being paid under Act 93, making $73,000 a year. I just wanted to double check, was that an error or is that what the secretary is being paid?
The actual job posting that you are referencing was posted as an executive assistant. It was never posted as a secretarial position. It was an executive assistant to the superintendent.
Right, I'm sorry, but it's described or transcribes dictations, type reports of minutes, handles mail, typically things we would think for the administrative staff to be done.
The assistant to the superintendent has historically been a non-secretarial position, and this is going to be in that same tradition. It is not going to be part of the support staff.
That's fine. I was curious. That's all. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Pardini. In the Q&A, there's a question on the average salary of the secretaries in the district.
We can provide that information. I don't know that off the top of my head, and I wouldn't want to state an incorrect amount, so we will provide that information so that the board is aware.
All right, thank you, Dr. B. Coates. All right, here we go. Community Relations Committee agenda. A1, Penwood High School Cypress Street campus selected for recognition by PBS. A2, Ms. Nicole Heilman receives the Presidential Service Award from the National Association of Social Workers. A3, WB Evans Elementary School selected for recognition by PBS. Congratulations. A4, Ms. Sean Anthony receives the Most Influential Leader from the Philadelphia Tribune Magazine. Congratulations, Ms. Anthony. A5, YMWIC Annual College and Career Expo #2. The Young Men and Women in Charge Foundation is having a virtual college and career expo Saturday, December 12th. You can find out more about that at ymwicfoundation.org/events. Any questions on that agenda, school board directors? Okay. Ms. Boykins, Education Committee agenda, please.
There's an addition, Jennifer. Oh, A6.
I'm sorry. I'm looking at the wrong agenda. Sorry about that. Give me 1 second. Can someone read A6 for me while I get my agenda?
It's A6 virtual learning survey for parents and guardians. The William Penn School District is seeking input from our parents and guardians about the 2021 virtual learning program. The feedback gathered through the survey will help to better the needs of our families as our students continue on the virtual platform. We request our parents, guardians complete a survey for each student by December 1st, 2020. A random prize drawing will be held after the survey closes, awarding a small token of appreciation to 5 respondents. The survey may be accessed at williampennschooldistrict.org/November parent survey.
Thank you very much, Ms. Boykins. And now back to you, Ms. Boykins, for the Education Committee agenda.
Okay. Good evening, everybody. B1, agreement with educational-based services for school psychologists. That has a motion to approve the agreement between the William Penn School District and educational-based services for one school psychologist. As indicated above, this agreement is subject to district solicitor's review and approval of the form and content. B2 is agreement with Turning Point Psychological Services, LLC, for school psychologists. There's a motion to approve this agreement between the William Penn School District and Turning Point Psychological Services. School psychologists, as indicated above, the agreement is subject to the district solicitor's review and approval of the form and content. B3 is release and settlement agreement, and there's a motion for that as well, to approve the items of the release and settlement agreement negotiated between the William Penn School District and the parent of the student, 112314581420. And I believe that concludes my agenda.
You
Oh,
have
wait,
B4.
I have an addition. Well, I'm sorry. B4, recommended action regarding reopening of schools. This one, the superintendent recommends the following actions. The motion is for A, low incident disability students will return to school on a AA/BB model as soon as conditions, as soon as conditions and data permits. And B says all other students in school will continue to be reviewed based upon Chester County Health Department COVID-19 data, readiness of classroom with technology to support the hybrid model, and teacher availability.
Great, thank you, Ms. Boykins. Any questions from the Board of School Board Directors?
We need a second.
I'm sorry, a second, please.
Second.
Great. Any questions from the Board of School Board Directors on the Education Committee agenda? Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye. Aye.
Anyone against? Thank you. Personnel Committee agenda, Ms. Ivory, please.
Good evening. The superintendent recommends the following personnel actions. C1, resignations, professional staff. 1, Charlene Ballard from Ardmore Avenue Elementary School. And number 2, Anise Dungy, the elementary guidance counselor from Colwyn Walnut Street Elementary Schools. Motion is to accept the resignations as indicated above. C2, appointments, administrative staff. 1, Tanisha Brown, executive assistant to the superintendent, effective November 24th, 2020. B, professional staff. 1, Shantice Wright, master's Newman University, as a temporary professional employee, assignment special education teacher at Walnut Street Elementary School. C, leadership team, Walnut Street Elementary School, 2020-21, at $25 an hour, Title I funds, and the names are listed below. D, curriculum renewal instructional materials committee with math for the 2020-2021 school year, Title II funds at $25 an hour. Staff are listed below. E, curriculum renewal instruction materials committee for science in the 2020-2021 school year, Title II funds at $25 an hour. Names are listed below. F, supplemental contracts for the 2020-2021. And there are 3, Beth McGinnis, Stephen Parent, and Kelly Riley. Motion is to approve the appointments as indicated above, contingent on receipt of appropriate clearances and physicals as required by law. C3, mentors for the 2020-2021 school year. The following staff members will serve as mentors for newly hired teachers with a supplemental fee of $800 per mentee to be paid at the end of the 2020-2021 school year. And the motion is to approve the mentors as indicated above. Informational item, C4, substitute teacher service, STS, guest teacher program training. The following STS staff have completed the guest teacher program training and are qualified to perform substitute teaching duties for our district. Michael Beavers, Bogan Christe, Ronki Anilo, Dana Johnson Robinson, Beverly Julal, Stacy Landrum, and Deslin Orani. C5, additions to the resignation, C5. Resignation for professional staff, Ashleen Friend, grade 1 teacher from Walnut Street Elementary School. The motion is to accept the resignation as indicated above. And C6, extension of assignment professional staff, Mitzi Reed, long-term substitute English teacher at Penwood High School, Cypress Street campus, and extending assignment to December 11th, 2020, replacing Michael O'Neill for leave of absence. The motion is to extend the assignment as indicated above. And that concludes my report.
Thank you very much, Ms. Ivory. Any questions from the Board of School Board Directors?
We need a second.
We have a sorry, I was just saying that. I was
Second,
correcting
Joy.
myself. Thank you, Ms. Joy. Any questions from the Board of School Board Directors? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Anyone
Aye.
against? Okay, there is no property committee agenda, correct, Mr. Tong?
That is correct. Yeah, there is no agenda.
Great. Budget and finance. E1, treasurer's report. E2, list of bills. E3, the 2021-22 proposed budget process calendar. Mr. Denenza, can you put that up, a link to that, if not too much trouble? If not, just drop your email and we'll make sure you get that. The first meeting of the budget committee will be December 8th. So please join us if you may, if you can. All right, may I have a move and a second for that, please?
So moved.
Second.
Great. Any questions on the budget agenda? Hearing none, all those in favor, say aye.
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 Anyone against? All right, thank you. There are no policy committee agenda this evening, correct, Ms.
Yeah, there's no, yeah, there's no, but just recall the meeting that's the same evening as the policy committee.
December 7th. Okay. Solicitor's report, Mr. Khan?
Yes, the Board of School Directors had an executive session on November 16th to discuss personnel issues. And that concludes my report.
Thank you, Mr. Khan. Any old business, Mr. Cuff?
There is no old business.
Any new business, Mr. Cuff?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Mr. Wright, Delaware County Community College report, please.
All right, thank you. We held our board, normally it's our board appreciation dinner, the agenda October 20th, but this time what Dr. Black did, she had a highlight of some of the staff that is working for the new staff. And I will give you the college update. The college Vice President in Human Resource Organization Development. This year, the college has been recognized in all 11 categories specified community college. 171 responsive, 43 participation, rate increase of 6% compared to 2019. Dual enrollment pathway program credit towards certificate associate degree. Chester High School STEM electromechanical certificate, Penwood High School liberal arts, Springfield High School healthcare and medical career and nursing, Chester County Coatesville High School liberal arts, Downingtown High School healthcare and medical career exploration and nursing, Teacher Academy in education, Business Academy, sports management track, Office of Diversity, Equity and Inclusion workshop, custom training discussion, events and program center for equity and social justice, institutional diversity and committee, student resources and peer mentoring program, campus life during the COVID. And that concludes my report. Except the dual enrollment. The dual enrollment for Penwood High School this year was 19 students participating for the fall semester.
Thank
And
you.
I'll probably give you more update next month. All others where we rank.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Wright.
You're welcome.
Ms. Hopkins, Delaware County Intermediate Unit.
I'm sorry, I didn't realize I was still on mute. I don't have anything to report. It's nothing, actually nothing new to report, I should say.
Thank you, Ms. Hopkins. Delaware County Legislative Council. Our legislators will be in for a couple of days next week. It looks like they're working on a budget. There's House Bill 1216, which looks to benefit our district in getting through COVID. There are a couple of other bills, but as of right now, very little movement, but I do expect some quick movement probably next week. So we'll report on that right after that. Any comments from citizens regarding non-agenda items? Again, you can raise your hand or put it in the Q&A. Anyone? Okay. Hearing none, just let me know if there is anything. Announcement of future meetings. All our meetings will be conducted via Zoom, although we are working on some small in-person structure, which we'll let you know more about that next month. The reorganization meeting of the Board of School Board Directors is Monday, December 7th at 6 p.m. Immediately after that meeting, which is relatively quick, a policy committee meeting of the Board of School Board Directors will be held via Zoom. On Tuesday, December 8th, we will have a Budget and Finance Committee meeting of the Board of School Directors at 6:30 p.m. On Wednesday, December 9th, we'll have an Education Committee meeting of the Board of School Board Directors at 6:30. On Tuesday, December 15th, we will have a Personnel Committee meeting also at 6:30. And then one business meeting in December, Monday, December 21st at 6:30 p.m. because we are off for the winter holiday season after that. Okay, no questions showed up. May I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved. Second.
Great. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye. Aye.
Okay, please mask up, wash up, stay with your immediate family. This is going to be a very challenging time in our fight against this virus. Please, please, please. We have no one to waste. We love you all. Have a very thankful Thanksgiving.